Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Adventure Comics 147, Clark Kent Orphan. The Kents are dead! His mother, who has been referred to as Mary in at least a Superman story, but not made particularly clear what her name is currently. I mean, his father's been John, sometimes Zeke, I think it was, in that one story where he traveled back in time and met his dad as a kid. The names are not consistent yet. But what's really interesting is she's visiting her, I'm guessing, her sister for her sister's wedding. Clark refers to it as Aunt Martha's wedding. So the name Martha shows up. Why did you say that name? But it's not his mother's name quite yet. But their plane crashes and are seemingly dead. So is the story going to be about Clark going to see if they're dead or trying to save them from something? Well, they aren't dead. I think that's pretty clear that they're not going to turn out to be dead. But no, by the name Clark Kent Orphan, he is sent to the orphanage. Okay, so then what is the plot then? Him dealing with the orphans for the rest of the issue? And something I do particularly like about this is we do spend a little, maybe the first third or fourth of the comic, spending time with an orphan or two and seeing how just utterly sad they are. I mean, it's some actual character work. Do we spend time with them and Clark helping them get families? Well, for the first third of the story, that's what he does. He helps one of the kids, who is very sad and shy, get adopted. Okay, is that the rest of the story? No. I think that part is particularly a problem structurally because, once again, we don't have a lot of time to tell the story, 13, 14 pages. So spending time establishing that instead of what the story ends up being is wasting quite a lot of valuable time to really tell the rest of the story. What the story ends up actually being about is Clark is adopted by some rich people, the Vanderdosses, who have lost their son. Turns out he ran away. And him sort of making them better parents for their son to come back. But that's not actually even clear from the get-go. Their main issue is they like to do everything for their kid or hire people to do things for them, which is really annoying for Clark until he becomes Superboy and teaches them a lesson. So that's really what Superboy is used for like the middle section of the story, or second act, if you would. Even though I wouldn't say this stuff has 3 acts. 4 maybe. But that middle sort of section of the story is him basically as Superboy doing stuff for them and annoying the crap out of them until they learn their lesson. Okay, that's fine. Not particularly all that spectacular for Superboy to do, though if you're a kid who gets annoyed at their parents, probably a bit fun to see him ruining their stuff. And then after this comes out, their kid went missing and goes like, well, I've made you better parents. I'll go find him. It's him finding their true son and putting a family back together. Even with that, we've wasted so much time with those first 2 ideas, and I guess the other idea that the Kents are dead, that this is maybe the last third of the comic. And we have to spend time with the Kents just coming back. So it's a little unfocused and not particularly very exciting for a superhero story. I do like the idea that he's helping people. I always love him helping people. If we had made a story that was more focused on a specific way he was helping people, either with the orphan specifically or with this family, spending a little more time making them better parents other than just, I'm ruining your crap, instead of just giving them a taste of their own medicine very quickly. None of it is particularly bad. It's a very readable comic. It's just very short in what it's trying to do, and it switches it up a bit. Focus, really. Focus would have helped. The Kents are fine. They survived. In fact, if Clark had actually gone looking for them, they would have shown up earlier. He is Superboy. The plane apparently went missing if it didn't actually crash. So maybe he should have actually looked for the plane in some way. And there is actually one little bit of suspense that I am forgetting to bring up. He did write a note to his new parents explaining to them who he is before going out and finding their true son. It's just that the suspense of these people finding out that he's Superboy is solved by a cat eating the note before they read it. A cat ate the note? Not a dog, huh? A cat. It's way too easy a way to get out of the whole Superboy's secret identity. They always find a cheap way of getting out of it. The cat eating it is particularly galling. It's just so out there and felt like they kind of wrote themselves into a corner and they just needed a way out. So, cat. It's just that easy. It can't be suspenseful unless there's some added actual suspense to it. And it's why I keep forgetting about it while talking about the story, because it's so small and has such an unsatisfying ending to it that it wasn't suspenseful at all. Okay, that is it from Adventure Comics 147. Clark Kent Orphan. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when new video goes up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the boy of tomorrow. And I really would be fascinated to see the whole legal complications of a kid being legally adopted when their parents come back to life. Okay, have a great day.